here in the newsroom at Humber's North Campus. It's Friday, April 6th. Here's what's making news. The potential of a U.S.-China trade war continues to heat up. U.S. President Donald Trump has threatened to increase tariffs to $100 billion US. Many economists say this will reduce the GDP of both countries. The stock market continued to decline as a result, increasing tensions in the global market.
We're doing things for this country that should have been done for many, many years. We've had this abuse by many other countries and groups of countries that were put together in order to take advantage of the United States, and we don't want that to happen. We're not going to let that happen.
This move comes after China revealed a list of U.S. products that will be taxed. Chemicals, steel, and scrapped aluminum and agricultural sectors will be the most affected. Pig farmers count on foreign exports for more than a quarter of U.S. production.
China is a particularly important market. Last year we sent $1.1 billion of pork to China. That made it the second largest export market by volume. So it's a disappointment. Hopefully the United States and China can resolve these trade disputes and we can return to more favorable access to what is a very important export market for us.
Meanwhile, the NAFTA agreement seems to show some promise. The United States, Mexico, and Canada are moving forward, according to Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. Canadian Foreign Affairs Minister Chrystia Freeland is meeting with her counterparts in Washington today. Despite the majority of the deal still under review, Canadian officials feel the three governments could produce a symbolic agreement. The Bank of Montreal is positive on the future of the $1.2 trillion deal. Trudeau's visit to Vancouver this week was met with shouts from anti-Kinder Morgan pipeline protesters. The Prime Minister is there to discuss clean technology and attend a Liberal Party fundraiser. Hundreds of protesters marched to the Sheraton Wall Centre from the Vancouver Art Gallery. First Nations and environmental groups were among them. Indigenous leaders say the protest shows the pipeline does not have a social license and it disregards the human rights of Indigenous Canadians. Trudeau repeated that the pipeline will still be built and stressed the safety of the project. Later today, Trudeau will tour the Fort Hills oil sands facility outside of Fort McMurray, Alberta. He will then meet with the leaders from Alberta's First Nation and Métis communities. A new initiative by Canada's National Public Alerting System will make it easier to warn people about impending disasters. Today, Alert Ready launched its new text alerts to warn about life-threatening emergencies.
Your phone has the power to
the
save a
CRTC
life.
estimates that 98% of Canadians will be eligible to receive the alerts on LTE phones. In life-threatening emergencies, officials will send a localized alert, sounding an alarm and displaying bilingual text warnings. The situation prompting an alert include forest fires, terrorist threats, or an Amber Alert. The CRTC says people won't be billed for the messages.
Has the power to save a life.
A young black man is filing a lawsuit against the Toronto Police and the TTC after an incident in February. He says he was the victim of racial profiling. The 19-year-old and his mother are suing for discrimination, being unlawfully detained, and suffering from physical and psychological harm. A video shows him being pinned down by two police officers and two TTC fare inspectors. They're now seeking $3 million worth of damages. UFC star Conor McGregor is facing criminal charges after starting a backstage rampage at Brooklyn's Barclays Center after a media day event ahead of the UFC 223. McGregor is facing 3 counts of assault and 1 count of criminal mischief. Video of the incident, which happened yesterday, shows McGregor with a group of people causing a ruckus in the loading dock of the Barclays Center. At one point, McGregor throws a dolly at the bus full of fighters, smashing the bus's window. The New York Police Department says that at least 1 individual who was inside the bus was injured. McGregor can also be seen tossing trash cans and attempting to throw a barricade at the bus as well. The UFC has condemned McGregor's actions, calling them unacceptable, and is working on consequences that will follow. What a way to go out. Twin brothers Henrik and Daniel Sedin played their last home game at the Rogers Arena after nearly 20 years with the Vancouver Canucks.
Tonight it is
The brothers announced their joint retirement earlier this week. In their final game in Vancouver last night against Arizona Coyotes, players and fans alike showed their respect for the brothers. But it was in the second period that fellow Swede Alex Edler fired a rocket towards Daniel in front of the net, opening the scoring for Vancouver. The goals for Daniel and Daniel Sedin didn't end there. Later, the game was tied at 3 goals apiece, sending the pair's final hockey match in Vancouver to overtime. The brothers, with a final chance, passed the puck back and forth in front of the net. From Henrik to Daniel, a slap shot to the net, ending the game and an illustrious career, playing at the Rogers Arena. It was the 745th anniversary at time the Sedins combined for a goal in 17 seasons with Vancouver. The Canucks won 4-3 in overtime. Spring has sprung, but Mother Nature has other plans. That's right, hold on to your toques because we're getting some more snow. A high of 4 degrees today with a chance of rain or snow. Rain continuing into the evening with a low of -5 degrees. Tomorrow we'll see a high of +1 and a mix of sun and clouds, turning to snow in the evening, reaching a low of -6 degrees. A high of +3 on Sunday, partly cloudy, clearing up in the afternoon. The low will be of -5. We leave you today with this. A discovery has been made by an English scientist. Atlantic puffins have beaks that glow. Puffins, also known as common puffins, are a species of fluffy birds. These fuzzy friends breed in places like Iceland, Norway, and Newfoundland. Scientists shined a UV light on the puffin in the lab, uncovering the fluorescent-colored beak. This discovery is no news to these birds, who have known about this glow-up all along. That's all for today. Remember, you can head to humbernews.ca anytime for the day's news and much more. Humber News is written and produced by students in the journalism program. Our technical crew are students in the broadcast videography program. I'm Christina Mulheron. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next time.